Good afternoon. This is Rich Nass, Executive Vice President of Open Systems Media, here for this week's installment of 5 Minutes With. This week, we'll be speaking with Tracy Rees, who is the President and CEO of Intrinsyc Technologies Corporation. Hello, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, Rich. I'm doing very well. Thanks a lot.
Good. You are welcome. Okay. Intrinsyc is a developer of development kits, and among many other things, you are in the Snapdragon space. Why did you pick Snapdragon?
That's a good question, and let me give you a little bit of background on the company and how we got involved with Snapdragon. So historically, our company's been focused on mobile computing, and we did a lot of development in phones and tablets and e-readers. Although over the last few years, we've become involved with a lot more of these emerging, what we call Internet of Things applications, things like robotics and drones and augmented reality, wearable devices, connected cameras. And as we got to working with these companies, we found that the requirements are very similar to mobile computing. So we had a meeting with Qualcomm and discussion with them about how we could help serve these embedded Internet of Things markets using Snapdragon technology. And our timing on that was good, as they were looking to expand into new markets beyond their mobile phone dominance. And at the same time, though, they wanted to be sure that they could focus on their Tier 1 OEMs, and they needed to work with a customer that was relatively self-sufficient, or a partner that was self-sufficient. So as a result of those meetings, we formed a technology partnership where we licensed the Snapdragon technology and developed a family of platforms, development platforms, as well as computing engines. And I'll tell you the reasons we selected Qualcomm as we looked at other mobile vendors as well. And that is that, in our opinion, that Qualcomm had the best technology available in terms of performance, as well as battery and thermal efficiency. They have a heterogeneous processor environment that has all the key technology integrated, like CPU and GPU and DSPs and sensor cores and image processing. And also they've invested in different complementary technology like computer vision and machine learning. And then, of course, they have their high-speed connectivity, whether that's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular, whatever that is, that's needed. And while some of their competitors have one or two of these elements, it was hard to find that technology from one company that's got everything integrated into a single platform. And the other important factor with us is the evolution of this market. It's been hard for companies to keep up with Qualcomm that don't have the mobile phone designs. And Qualcomm, because of their mobile phone design presence, has a long-term roadmap, and they're constantly innovating and pushing performance with these new processors higher. And then lastly, from a partner perspective, again, I think it was a match that was fortuitous, and that Qualcomm was looking to grow their markets, but needed a company like Intrinsyc that was relatively self-sufficient, was very good at software, could solve problems on our own. And they've been a great partner, particularly around the Qualcomm brand and the Qualcomm marketing. And I think that's been invaluable for us as a resource.
Okay, so if I'm a design engineer and I'm a potential customer of yours, what sort of support can I expect to get from you guys?
Well, I think a lot of the things that, and really what we've set out to do with our computing engines, is to eliminate the need to redesign the wheel, so to speak. So we've done a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of the advanced design to create a computing engine that's flexible. It's a system on module approach whereby our partners can then just focus on those things that are unique to their device from both a hardware and software perspective. So they can create a carrier board or peripheral board that has the I/O that's specific to their device, and then as well provide that software customization So either they can do it and we can support them, or they could come to Intrinsyc and say, here's our requirements. We need you to build a product from beginning to end. So it's a flexible model from that perspective. We give you a basic core engine, and then you can customize it, kind of a semi-custom approach. So you get the best of the cost effectiveness and quick time to market, but at the same time you have ability to do customization.
Now these kits are pretty plentiful, as I'm sure you're aware. So why would I go with your kit over one of the competitors?
Yeah, so well, I think just in general, there's a lot of development kits from the Raspberry Pis and others like that over the world, all the way up to the Dragon board development kits. And I think the biggest difference again is the higher requirements around performance and production readiness. So you can actually take the system on module right off our development platform and go into production with that, and again just build your custom peripheral around that. So in terms of the advanced features that are supported and the production readiness, I think we have the best platform available, and again our unique differentiator around just the years and years of experience that we have, over 800 successful projects delivered. We have all the elements of the software support that's needed, again, to get to market quickly.
And we all know it's the software that makes the difference, right?
Well, I think that is a key differentiator, and that's usually where most of the delays and problems occur, in that last 10% of development, when you get a product to ship and you just run into one or two we'll call them undocumented features that just quite aren't working yet.
I like that characterization. I'm afraid we have used up our time. That was Tracy Rees. He is the president and CEO of Intrinsyc Technologies. I am Rich Nass with Open Systems Media, and that was this week's installment of 5 Minutes With.